It's a pleasure to be here today with Taylor Blackwell. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your company, the types of applications and clients you provide services to today?
Sure. It's Walker360. We've been around about 75 years, located in Montgomery, Alabama, and we do a lot of insurance work, book work, publications. Our history is general commercial. We do direct mail. Been in the direct mail business for 30, 40 years, something like that.
So what's been your migration to get to inkjet?
Wow, well, it started with an i300 about 5-6 years ago, and we've been all offset until that point, and then came to this event in 2019 and saw the automation, and so that set in motion some new presses and new finishing equipment, and so we ended up adding a second sheet-fed inkjet device in the spring, and then we added a roll-fed device last fall. And so we are, and as of yesterday, our last offset press started coming out, so we're fully inkjet now.
Full transformation to inkjet,
Yes.
Great. So how did continuous feed workflow and processing change how you were able to produce applications for your clients?
Well, it's interesting. This is the hardest thing we've ever done. When you've been offset, traditional offset for your whole life, and you go to inkjet roll, everything changes. So it's not just the press. My peer group buddies always want to say, how's the press? How's the press? Well, the press is easy. The press is the easiest part. It's all the workflow that takes place on the front end, and how you imposition is different. You got to get all the marks for finishing. You got to do all this front end work, then you print it, and then you've got the finishing, which is totally different than anything you've done. So it's been a steep learning curve to put it all in place. So, but it makes things a lot simpler in the end, faster, less touches.
So what have you seen at the show that's impacted your decision criteria around future investments for either hardware or software and automation?
Yeah, so looking at more finishing automation. So there's a couple of new devices here, working in tandem with some of the stuff we already have. That'll speed up production. Same thing, less touches, more automation. I just think you got to keep investing.
And for your customers, what's important is time to market, or are you looking at it more from the manufacturing and labor perspective?
Both. I mean, the printing world's always been pretty fast, or gotten faster over the last 20 years in general. And it's always better to be fast. Speed wins, right? If you're a racer, a swimmer, if you run a press, speed always wins. But with the way labor is, and with the complexity of work now is more than ever, and it's taken customers a long time to catch up to the industry, quite honestly, because digital, so to speak, has been around 20 years, but customers didn't have databases that were worth anything. They didn't understand it.
Right.
They're just now figuring out, I can have a different image. I can personalize the inside. I can do all these different things. And so when we tell customers about that, and we show them, we print things that are like that as samples, and it makes them think.
So what challenges do you see in further making changes to workflow in your investments? You made the big challenge to go from cut sheet to continuous feed. What other challenges do you foresee?
Just refining that process. The other thing that's happened is, for years and years and years, it was all about the press and the automation in the press, and especially the traditional press makers and offset, the things they were doing to automate the press faster. And then everybody figured out, well, heck, it doesn't do any good to print it fast if you can't finish it fast.
Absolutely.
Well, now I think it's with the inkjet, and people invest in inkjet, people are realizing, well, heck, if I can't get it to the press fast enough, I can't produce it. So now I think you're going to see a wave over the next few years of workflow investments and automation on the front end to get jobs into production.
So as you look at the future growth of your company, what do you think is important to be able to sustain growth and evolve and expand capabilities to meet customer demands? What's important?
Yeah, I just think you got to keep striving to be better. You know, we have a kind of a theme
Yep.
this year at our company, which is, 1% better every day.
So Taylor, having a mantra and a vision, 1% better every day, that means every employee knows that they can make an impact. So what's happening with your employees and in your facility that you're seeing progress towards that vision and that goal?
Well, we talk about that a lot, and I emphasize that there's no pride in like me making a decision or somebody telling me something doesn't work. So I want them to speak up on what they see, what they can see to do better. And every year I put out a sheet and I ask the employees to fill out what we should stop doing, what we should start doing, and what we should keep doing, and give me suggestions. And then we'll put those into our plan for the year and we'll start ticking those things off. And it might be new equipment, it might be new processes. And we routinely meet on our processes to see what can we simplify, what can we stop doing,
Yep.
and make simpler. And we just have a culture of doing that.
Well, I acknowledge you for creating alignment among your team that they can really feel like they own the process and they own making it better. So I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.